So here's my 13.5 Evo. Like I said, we're running the Aqua Knight Light, and I've got a custom stand which I built. It's not the greatest, but it does its trick. I mean, it sits in my personal bedroom here, and you really can't notice that it's homemade if you look at it from the side. A little bit of salt creep on there, some dripped water, nothing crazy. Anyways, quite a few SPS corals up at the top there. Got a really beautiful bird's nest up back there. I don't know if I could zoom in on it or not. I guess not. Anyways, this is the tank. We've got this Monty cap starting to encrust onto the rock already. This coral right here sort of browned out on me within the first week of getting it. Not really sure why. I keep pretty low nutrients. It's got good polyp extension, but it's definitely not as green as it was when I started. The tank's not perfect, but it's doing pretty well. Got that Monty back there. This fish loves the camera. I don't understand it, but whenever I got my phone up here, he's in the picture. So I've had that cap for a few months. It's starting to spread onto the rock. It's a really pretty coral. Oh, I can zoom in. It's a really pretty coral. I think the coloration was slightly better when I bought it, but we're working on figuring that out. If anybody has any ideas, let me know in the comments section. Let's see what else we got here. These pallies, I'm pretty sure I need to put them on the sand bed, that the light is too much for them. I have the rest of my zoanthinids and pallies way lower, and as you can see, they're all spreading onto the rock off the frag plugs and doing very well. This one's got to get moved closer. Got this Aiken frag. It was only like a half of an Aiken when I got it. It's definitely almost a full Aiken, so it's not bad for 2-3 months. Same thing with all these Aiken colonies. They were pretty small when I got them. Definitely have some growth. As I make new videos, we'll be able to track the growth rate and see exactly how quick we're doing this. Got the trumpet coral back there. Let me see if I could adjust the light so the picture's a little better. Alright, there we go. We got the trumpet coral there. Came as one head. It's definitely getting ready to be 3. I gotta kind of pick it up off the sand there, but for right now it doesn't seem to be bothering it too much. I'll get my lights back right so the coral pops properly. There we go. Some type of rhodactis mushroom. It's really pretty if you're not looking at it through a camera. Kind of orange and like a lavender color. I really like that piece. Got a beautiful red blasto here. Haven't really had much growth. I think it's a little bigger than when I got it, but I haven't seen any new polyps being created or anything yet. And this beautiful Kenya tree. My, how we all love Kenya trees. I got this live rock. It was pretty well used, if you want to say. It had a couple aptasia on it. Been in somebody's system for quite a while. And this Kenya tree wasn't there when I put the rock in, but here it grows. I certainly wouldn't have put it in there on purpose. But since it's growing there for right now, that's where it's going to stay. Hopefully don't start dropping babies for a while. When it does, we'll start worrying about it then. And then there's my firefish. He's a camera hog, that's for sure. Beautiful little guy, though. Very healthy. Eats every single night. Got a nice leather coral here. I don't believe it's a toadstool. I was told it was a leather coral. But it is starting to look like a toadstool now that I'm looking at it through the camera lens here. If anybody knows, let me know. We have a frag that I took pretty much right when I got that toadstool. It was rubber banded to the plug. It's attached now. And then all the way over on the side here, we've got a nice bluish green color mushroom. Doing pretty well, about twice as big as when I first got it. As you can see, we got some coralline algae starting on the back. Nothing crazy, but like I said, this tank is only 5 or 6 months old max. For the lighting, Aqua Knight, I think it's Hippogerio Aqua Knight. I'll have to double check that. But the light is pretty nice. It's got a lot of different settings on it. I had the AI Prime for maybe a week, and I sent it back. I don't know if anybody else feels the same way I do about those lights, but there's just too many settings on it. It was aggravating the heck out of me. How the heck am I supposed to know if I've got the lighting spectrum right? You know, just because it looks good to your eye doesn't mean that it's actually the right spectrum for your corals. It just seemed like too much guesswork to me. I suppose I could have gotten a par meter and things like that, but sometimes simple is better, especially when you're an old fart like me. Got my Duncan here. It's doing very well too. And then all the way, I already showed you the bird's nest. We've got some random frags of corals. I don't even know what they are. I know that's a Montipora digita. I'm not sure exactly what kind it is. And then I have some kind of an SPS coral just popping up out of my rock right here. It looks just like the one behind it that broke when I first got the tank, and I just kind of left it there. So I'm guessing a little piece dropped right there and started to grow a whole new coral, which is fine by me. And then we've got nice blasto up here. It's getting bigger. Looks like it could potentially start to split soon, if it's not already. And that's pretty much it for the livestock. I think I got a rick down here I didn't show anybody. It looks like it's splitting into a couple. So far all the growth is really good. What I do for feeding, of course, you got to have the reefroids. I feed this every 2 days or so. I don't really have there's not really a system in place for how I apply that. To be honest, I do things kind of gangster sometimes. Stick my hand in the water, just with my fingertip, stick it in the reefroids, wiggle it around in the water, done. Good. It's a good way to broadcast feed for me. Gets the food inside of the water. Then for my fish, I feed this every day, just a tiny little pinch because there's only one fish in there. As far as calcium and alkalinity, this is what we're using. The stuff works pretty good. The Reef Complete has a lot of magnesium in it, which is good to keep your magnesium levels up. I think the magnesium kind of depletes around the same time that the calcium does, so it makes sense to do them together. Then over here, we're running the self-fert tests for the important things. We've got a Hanna phosphate checker here. Don't use it often, but if I think there's a problem, it's nice to be able to check it out. Don't get a hydrometer, use a refractometer, and make sure you get some kind of a solution to calibrate it. Them things are never right. I've seen more people destroy their tanks with a messed up refractometer or hydrometer than I can even count on one or two hands. Then you've got the marine activated carbon here. I don't use much. I probably put about 6-7 tablespoons in a net bag like this, run it in my back chamber along with ChemiPure Elite. And I have a bunch of, I think it's Marineland bio balls. They're ceramic, I believe, all in my back chamber. It's pretty much full, the middle chamber, between the carbon, which I'm running in here, and then I've got the ChemiPure underneath. And then let me see if you could actually see all the bio balls. They're in a net, but just to give some more surface area for the bacteria to grow. Obviously it's pretty important, especially when you're in a small tank like this. You can never have too much bio. Anyways, that's my tank. Oh, got a wave maker here too. I almost forgot about that. It's got a little controller on it. It's nothing fancy. I'm not really running it super high at the moment, but everything still seems to be pretty happy with it the way it is. I run it on a pulse, so like every 2 seconds it hits a nice little pulse and seems to make everything move, which I think is a good thing. Anyways, feel free to leave me some comments. Thanks. Bye.